welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to learn English through 10 useful sentences. Instead of simply memorizing individual words, we're going to focus on useful phrases and expressions in context. For each sentence, I'll first read the sentence. Then, we'll look at an important phrase, explain what it means in simple English, and finally, I'll give you another practical example. These are expressions you can use when talking about nature, life, education, social media, work, and even your own English learning journey. So just listen carefully, repeat the sentences, and try to notice how these phrases are used naturally. 1. Vietnam is a country rich in fascinating traditions and amazing natural beauty. Let's start with a sentence about Vietnam. Vietnam is a country rich in fascinating traditions and amazing natural beauty. The phrase I want you to remember is rich in something. When we say a place or a person is rich in something, we mean that it has a lot of that particular thing. Doesn't always mean money. For example, a country can be rich in natural resources, rich in culture, or rich in history. Here's another example. Vietnam is rich in cultural traditions. Or, this region is rich in natural resources. So, rich in is a useful expression when you want to say that something contains or has a lot of a particular quality or resource. 2. Life is full of moments that shape who we are. Here's a sentence that has a more thoughtful meaning. Life is full of moments that shape who we are. The expression to remember is be full of something. When something is full of something, it contains a lot of it or has many examples of it. For example, life is full of surprises. Or, the city is full of interesting places to visit. In our sentence, life is full of moments means that throughout our lives, we experience many different moments. And those moments can shape who we are. In other words, they can influence our personality, our experiences, and the people we become. So this is a beautiful expression to use when talking about life and personal experiences. 3. Despite her age, she has already made an important contribution to rocket science. Now, let's look at an inspiring sentence. Despite her age, she has already made an important contribution to rocket science. The phrase I want you to remember is make a contribution to something. To make a contribution to something means to do something that helps improve a field, a project, a community, or even other people's lives. It means your work has a positive impact. For example, she has made a big contribution to education. Or, scientists around the world are making important contributions to medicine. So in our sentence, despite her age, she has already made an important contribution to rocket science. It means she has already done something valuable that helps the field of rocket science, even though she is still very young. 4. Are you ready to take your English skills to the next level? Now here's a phrase you'll often hear in English learning videos, courses, and advertisements. Are you ready to take your English skills to the next level? The expression is take something to the next level. This means to improve something and make it better, stronger, or more advanced. For example, I want to take my speaking skills to the next level. Or, regular practice can take your English to the next level. You can use this expression for many different skills. For example, she wants to take her cooking skills to the next level. So, when you want to talk about making significant progress, take something to the next level is a very useful expression. 5. They help students stay connected through social media. Let's move on to technology and education. They help students stay connected through social media. The phrase to remember is stay connected. To stay connected means to continue communicating with or keeping in touch with other people. For example, social media helps me stay connected with my friends. Or, video calls allow families to stay connected when they live far apart. We often use this phrase when talking about friends, family, classmates, or colleagues. So instead of simply saying, we communicate with each other, you can say, we stay connected. It's short, natural, and very common in everyday English. 6. It is important for us to preserve our heritage sites. Now let's talk about culture and history. It is important for us to preserve our heritage sites. The expression I want you to remember is preserve something. To preserve something means to protect it and keep it in good condition, especially so that it can continue to exist in the future. For example, we should preserve traditional customs. Or, it is important to preserve historical buildings. You can use preserve when talking about culture, nature, history, and traditions. For example, we need to preserve the natural beauty of this area. So, preserve is a useful word when you're talking about protecting something valuable for future generations. 7. We are excited to announce a special seminar about World Englishes. Now let's look at a phrase commonly used in announcements. We are excited to announce a special seminar about World Englishes. The expression is be excited to announce something. We use this expression when we want to introduce some good or interesting news. For example, we are excited to announce our new English course. Or, we're excited to announce that registration is now open. Notice that announce means to officially tell people about something. So, if you're organizing an event, launching a new course, or sharing important news, you can say, we are excited to announce. It sounds friendly, positive, and professional. 8. You should think about what you enjoy and what you're good at. Now let's talk about choosing something that's right for you. You should think about what you enjoy and what you're good at. The phrase to remember is be good at something. If you're good at something, it means you have the ability to do it well. For example, she is good at drawing. He's really good at solving problems. Or, I'm good at explaining difficult ideas in a simple way. We can also talk about things we enjoy. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? These questions can be very useful when you're thinking about your studies, career, hobbies, or future plans. 9. I look forward to hearing about your English learning experience. Here's a phrase you'll often hear at the end of an email or message. I look forward to hearing about your English learning experience. The expression is look forward to something. Look forward to means to feel happy or excited about something that is going to happen. For example, I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to hearing from you. Or, I look forward to learning more about your experience. One important grammar point. After look forward to, we use a noun or the ing form. So we say, I look forward to hearing from you. Not to. I look forward to hear from you. This is a very useful expression for emails, messages, and professional communication. 10. My father works out at his home gym to maintain physical health. And finally, let's look at a sentence about exercise. My father works out at his home gym to maintain physical health. The phrase I want you to remember is work out. Work out means to exercise, usually to improve or maintain your physical fitness. For example, I work out 3 times a week. She works out at the gym after work. Or, he works out at home because he doesn't have much time to go to the gym. We can also use maintain when talking about keeping something at a good level or condition. For example, regular exercise helps us maintain good health. So, workout is a very common everyday expression, while maintain physical health sounds a little more formal. Let's quickly review today's 10 useful expressions. Rich in something. Be full of something. Despite something. Take something to the next level. Stay connected. Preserve something. Be excited to announce something. Be good at something. Look forward to something. Work out. And remember, the goal isn't to memorize every word separately. Try to learn these expressions as complete chunks of English. For example, don't just remember the word preserve. Remember. Preserve our heritage sites. Don't just learn, look forward. Learn. Look forward to hearing from you. And instead of simply learning, good, remember. Be good at something. When you learn English this way, you'll start recognizing these expressions when you hear them, and you'll find it easier to use them when you speak. That's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Keep practicing, keep repeating, and most importantly, try to use these expressions in your own sentences. I'll see you in the next episode with more useful English sentences. See you next time.